It's great. So,
at what point do you introduce them to?
Why would you do that? Why would you do that? We had it all set up, and now it's going to be thrown off.
Okay, so anybody who doesn't know what the heck we're talking about, if you're listening to the audio version, I specifically said before we started that I wanted to turn off the main light to just have we have special lights because we're professional here, and I just wanted to have them on to mimic. To mimic our studio setup. So just now, mid-sentence, I turned off the overhead light, and Dave is going to have a panic attack, and we're just going to roll with it. It'll look good. It's fine.
But it's okay. Also, the only person that listens to the audio version is sitting right here next to us. So, is the light under the microwave a night light? I am going to kill you. We can't just have all giants. What kind of small guys are we?
He's got to get him. He's got to get him.
We got to pack it up.
He said, because if we don't get it, somebody else is going to get it.
And drink straight out the bottle.
Cheers.
How do you start a podcast?
Jesus Christ.
With that, welcome to the Who F'n Kneauxs podcast. We had Aaron on a couple weeks ago after WrestleMania, so we're bringing him back tonight. We thought it was a lot of fun. Don't mess up tonight. You did great last time. Hopefully you can, live
Except
up to
for
it.
that intro he gave us about himself.
It was like an interview. I froze up and I didn't really know what to say. So
yeah. So for anybody that doesn't know, first and foremost, welcome to Who F'n Kneauxs podcast. Patty V, Dave Rainey, Aaron Poole.
Yeah.
Call him Pooley. Don't call him Pooley. I'm calling him Pooley though.
That was my nickname in high school.
Giving him an official nickname that
there you go.
He won't have fun with.
Yeah. I'm used to it. That's my nickname in high school. So
I told him how you went through a phase where you just didn't want to be called that anymore.
Yeah, and it didn't really work. So
yeah,
but that's the part about getting older. You find new friends, and then you can tell them your actual name. So
yeah, right. Until your old friends pop up and they call you the old name, and then everything's ruined. Yeah. And they're like, "Who are you?"
I mean, I guess there could be worse nicknames. So
name them.
How rated do we want to get? No, but yeah, I'm excited to be back, and I enjoyed hanging out with you guys, and I'm glad you guys invited me back on. I hope I can add some nice opinions to the podcast and keep it somewhat friendly.
Yeah,
try to.
You kept it on the tracks. I'm surprised. I wanted to go off the rails, and you were like, "Nah, let's be boring for a second here." But welcome. I don't have any topics tonight. I'll be 100% honest with you guys. I'm relying on Dave and Pooley to carry this show, and I'm just going to be myself and chime in where needed. So I will turn it over to you, and you can tell me how you're doing. I don't care, but let's just have some fun.
I always like to fill you in on my life. We had a breakthrough in my household, something I've been hoping for a while. My son finally likes Bluey. So
welcome.
It's a big deal. Yes, round of applause.
Welcome.
We're no longer watching, at least for now, Super Kitties is no longer on the TV.
Yeah.
Pupstruction, not on the TV. We are watching Bluey on the on his tablet and the TV at the same time. So we are fully entrenched in Bluey, and it's great.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it doesn't get old like the other shows. It's great. So,
at what point do you introduce them to?
Why would you do that? Why would you do that? We had it all set up, and now it's going to be thrown off.
Okay, so anybody who doesn't know what the heck we're talking about, if you're listening to the audio version, I specifically said before we started that I wanted to turn off the main light to just have we have special lights because we're professional here, and I just wanted to have them on to mimic. To mimic our studio setup. So just now, mid-sentence, I turned off the overhead light, and Dave is going to have a panic attack, and we're just going to roll with it. It'll look good. It's fine.
But it's okay. Also, the only person that listens to the audio version is sitting right here next to us. So, refuses to just watch us on YouTube. I don't understand.
Well, that's what happens when you have an hour drive to work and an hour drive back home. You got to find some stuff to listen to, so.
That doesn't explain why you're not watching on YouTube. Yeah. Anyway, I shared something on Twitter or Facebook the other day. I guess I don't know where it was. Is the light under the microwave a night light? I am going to kill you. Is the light under the microwave a night light?
Okay. I mean, yeah, I think so. Why wouldn't it be?
People were saying it's not.
Who? What people?
People that
Yeah, I agree 2,000,000%. I mean,
To what?
2,000,000%.
Oh.
What did I say? 2,000,000
I thought
agree.
you said too many
Is that-
percent.
first
Too
of
many
all,
percent, 2,000,000%, any percent.
Pause. Who says 2,000,000%? Like, there's a lot of things. 100%, 1,000,000%, 1,000%. I've heard all those. I've never heard. Like, what made you go in multiples?
See, but it immediately got your attention, though. That's the thing.
I questioned it. I was like, what did he say?
You're like, it's almost too much, but then you're like, wow, that must be a lot of percent. Some would say 2 million is quite a lot of percent.
It's quite a lot of percent. All right.
But yeah, when
I'm not gonna be able to handle your laugh back there.
when we get done for dinner, we turn off all the lights in the kitchen and we keep the microwave light on. So that way, when I take my son back into the room after bath time, I got a nightlight in the kitchen.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not. Like, I kind of,
It's like the only light I can leave on in my house that doesn't seem to attract termites.
yeah.
If I leave any other lights on in my house, it's just termites.
I don't know why. It just makes the most sense to me. It's like the lowest.
What else
Luminous.
is it? Who's cooking in the dark?
It's the kitchen.
Like, what else is it used for?
It's
I
the
don't know.
kitchen lamp. I mean, it's just.
It
Yeah.
has to be because I mean,
Like, when you're going to get water in the middle of the night, you got a light. You don't
See?
want to leave another light on.
see, I'm
See,
just
see.
like I'm just really now questioning what's the other use for it if it's not a nightlight.
I guess to really see how you're browning your chicken. I don't know. Like, I have no idea.
Yeah, but at that point, I mean, you have all the lights on in the kitchen, so it is kind of a good point. What is it for other than to be a nightlight?
Yeah, got me.
I don't know. We had
story.
one listener topic this week.
Great.
It it was from Devin, not Snow, another Devin.
Okay.
He said, if Twitter were to adopt some MySpace ideas,
Mm-hmm.
what would be your profile song?
So here's the thing: it would change every day based on the moment. I think Twitter would get kind of reckless if that were the.
Yeah, Twitter's already a scary place.
Yeah.
You go to some profiles, you may be in for a week.
I'm telling you, depending on what's happening in the world, everyone's changing their songs every 5 seconds. That's what happened with MySpace. On MySpace, I had like a revolving thing. It was like a playlist.
Yeah, you had to go like search like the it was like the introduction to code for everybody in,
Yeah.
in like high school. You had to go find all the little codes that would let you do a playlist and all
Yeah.
these things. Anyway, so MySpace, what would be your MySpace song right now?
Anyway, Miley Cyrus, I Can Buy Myself Flowers.
I don't know that song.
You don't know Flowers by Miley
Maybe
Cyrus?
I do. I don't know.
Oh my God.
No, I don't know. Never
Oh
heard that
my
song in my life.
God. If you don't know, first of all, stop. Time out. You know every Taylor Swift song, and you don't know Flowers by Miley Cyrus?
No,
Wow. Wow. Okay.
I don't know what you want from me.
Let's move on. So what would your song be?
I don't know, Aaron. What would your song be?
Good Life by Kanye West.
That's a good one.
Welcome to the good life.
I don't know. I really have no idea. Sad part is I knew what the topic was coming in, and I still didn't have a song.
Would you want it to be themed to that era, or if it were to, you're saying like if it were to come back right now, like implement?
No, it would be like
into
right
it?
now, but it would still probably be a throwback song for me.
Oh, for sure.
Like I don't. There's no song now that I'm like, yeah, I want that to be my. I don't know. I really don't have an answer.
Mac
No
Miller.
idea. It would. You know what?
Tim
It would.
Song.
It'd probably
would be
be
a Mac
like
Miller
The
song.
Spins by Mac Miller.
I could have named like 4 Mac Miller songs that
it'd
I
be
was done.
something like
but
that.
yeah.
That's yeah. Aaron, you got topics or what? Like what's
Why are you here?
Yeah.
What's going on, man?
who
I'm just
who
here to be
invited
cool.
you?
Yeah, I'm just here to be
Someone in the
quick
back
corner
said-
asset, yeah. I'm just the person in the project that just shows up late. And like,
Because I'm running out of topics already. So What?
Okay, calm down over there.
what was that?
horned up.
First of all, you're gonna need to be more specific.
Favorites or
Yeah, favorites.
What are we saying? Oh my God!
Yeah, there's a top 5 list right there. Favorite porn stars.
Goodness gracious! I don't think I could name. To be honest with you,
Good cover.
if somebody asked me to be a porn star, what would I do? Well, first of all, how much are they paying? Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna. No, just no. Wouldn't do it. It's just beyond my values. Couldn't do it.
I guess it depends on what type of
You were the first. To
like where
spill?
I'm at in my life.
Were
I
you the
guess.
first? What's going on over here?
It was coming out of the beer can.
I'm assuming
Oh,
they're
it's
asking
coming
you
out.
like your life right now.
I don't think my pregnant wife would be too happy, But I mean, hey, bills are bills. You know?
Bills are bills.
Bills are bills.
Bills are
This
bills.
is true.
You know, maybe it can be a thing like she gives it the approval. You know.
Would you like hide your face? Would it be like a
It'd be like a POV type thing. That's the safest way, right?
Yeah, just like neck down or like
yeah, I mean,
like
and
just
really,
looking
you
down.
could keep it a secret at that point. You know, you could be like, she would
I got
never
tattoos. I
know.
could.
Yeah.
Very specific tattoos.
Yeah.
I know that guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like, damn, that looks like Baba.
oh, okay.
I'm gonna say no. Also,
Yeah, just a big no.
I guess I'm just the only freaky one on the tree.
I will back you up on bills or bills.
Yeah.
If it was a necessity,
Yeah.
sure, why not?
Babe, the lights are about to turn off. I gotta do it. My life is dependent on it. These are my mower thoughts because now
Your
that
what?
it's my
What?
mower thoughts.
Are they similar to
Mower.
shower thoughts?
Yeah, basically.
Okay,
So now that it's getting hot, I got to mow the grass more. So
I don't.
a month ago, there was a pretty bad tornado hit Slidell, hit my street, pretty scary stuff. But tons of debris, trees, limbs, all in my yard. So at some point, there is only so much that you can pick up before you're like, yeah, the mower's going to get this. And what I'm about to say, you may be wondering how these two things are going to correlate, but I'll get to the point.
Well, no, but right now, just to fill you in what's going into my brain, you call these mower thoughts, and then you start talking about an issue with your lawnmower. So now I'm wondering if it's thoughts you have while mowing the grass, or if it's thoughts you have about your lawnmower,
No.
or if this one
it kinda-
specifically just happens to be about.
Yeah, they kind of correlate. And
Okay.
let me preface this by saying my brother's in the military, my mom's in the military, my dad's in the military,
Oh,
a lot
God.
of family. So you're about to wonder how this correlates. So this is how my brain works. So as I get everything that I pretty much can out the yard, I start mowing the grass. And
Stay still.
yeah, at some point I'm thinking in my head, I've never been in war. I've never been in any battles. But at some point, I'm thinking to myself, this has to be the closest simulation to being on D-Day. And the reason I say that is because at this point, these branches I'm mowing over, this debris that I'm mowing over is just shooting back at me. And I feel like I'm having to duck. My legs are getting cut by these branches, and I'm bleeding in my legs. And yeah, it was just, I feel like mowing after a big storm is the closest simulation that you can have.
How dare you?
I know.
How
You
dare you?
You could have said it's like playing dodgeball. Like,
Yeah, but in dodgeball, you're not bleeding and getting random debris.
Yeah, well, in war, you're dying. Like you're,
I
you're
mean,
comparing
Think about it. Though. You're getting
comparing death
no,
to avoiding
think,
sticks.
think about it though. You're getting hit by foreign objects. Stuff's hitting you. You can't really see what's hitting you.
my kids throw
kinda
foreign
similar.
objects at me too, but I don't compare it to war.
You know. We'll watch this back, and then it'll say like, "I got a controversy." I'm like, "Welcome back to the pod." Right? Just like, I'm like, "Oh, I guess that."
Nope, I'm gonna let it fly. I'm gonna let
And
that
then
ride.
my other mower thought on it, just kind of more, just my kind of, well, it was just more of a simulation. I felt like it was as I'm mowing, I put two and two together.
Naturally,
Yeah, naturally,
naturally,
I'm like,
that's
wow, I
where
feel like
it
I'm
goes.
in war right now.
yeah.
That I'm having to dodge all these different twigs and
I get
rocks
it.
and
Hitting the
debris.
sticks, it sounds kind of like pat, 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 pat.
Yeah.
Like it's, you know,
And then you're like, oh shit, God,
yeah,
that's your mowing.
ducking, diving,
Other opinion,
dipping,
just
like
how
dodgeball.
Dave's might be a little different because he has a robot that mows his grass.
I still cut my front yard.
Do you?
His front
we
yard's
all
like
have
12
dogs.
feet.
Do we clean up the dog poop before you mow the grass, or are you just like, I'm just gonna let the mower just do its thing? Because when I first moved into my house, I cleaned it up, and then I got to the point. I was like, it's too
It depends.
much.
It depends what's going on. Is there a party about to happen? Is there like there's other things
Yeah,
that
that's
factor
true.
in?
Yeah,
normally,
I feel like a party, you're gonna clean it up.
normally I'm just like it's a little bit
Just
of
let it
you know a little bit of just fertilizer for the grass. Yeah, thanks for that. Thanks
How
for
does that
finding my
work
words.
with
it just rolls
your
right
eye mower?
over it.
Yeah.
The
It
wheels
doesn't-
just
Do you clean off the lawnmower? Because there's going to be some
you just
residue.
You hose it down after
Okay.
a little while, but it does kind of cake up on the tires every now and then you're like, okay.
But I've seen videos of it. It goes pretty slow. So at I'd imagine. I mean, if it's a pretty big pile, it's gonna have a hard time getting over this.
You got some
this
big
little
dogs
pile.
too. Kind of piles your dogs dropping over there.
How do you think they're dropping mountains like this? Like, you don't think it could go over a tiny pile of dogs?
Well, it goes pretty slow from the videos.
Yeah, but it's not like they're not dropping bricks. Like, they're not as hard
Bombs
as
over
bricks.
Baghdad?
Yeah, like no, it doesn't have any trouble. It goes right through it. Does your lawnmower have trouble?
No, because I'm
Okay.
going 20 miles an hour over missed some dog poop.
No, it doesn't have any trouble. But to be fair, like I don't pay that much attention to it. It just kind of does its thing. Eventually, I'll look in the backyard. There's a layer of it on the tire, and I have to go hose it off.
Yeah, that was just kind of my couple mower thoughts.
I never have to deal with that in the front yard unless my neighbor's dog shit in my front yard, and then that's a whole nother issue.
Yeah.
It just pisses me off.
You got any new HOA things
Yeah,
we
but
can
so
talk
you gotta-
about?
Oh,
You gotta
I
call
don't
your
know.
HOA.
No,
Just,
I think the
while
last
we're on
thing
these
I
weird topics.
the last thing I said was that there's a rebellion that I started against my HOA. Just me, but I am no longer alone. I think we've gotten some more younger people in the neighborhood, and they're all starting to get fed up. Because, like, every week or two, there's, like, another post in there, like, haha, funny how I could get a letter for this, but the city won't come do this, or the neighborhood won't do this or this. And people are just starting to get fed up with the neighborhood. And every time I see it, I give it a little laugh reaction. Just to let them know I'm there. I'm watching. You know?
How big of a person do you think you are in this group? Like, do you think they care?
I've never-
David Rainey. David
I've
Rainey
never
likes
posted.
my.
I've never posted anything.
I am
I just kind of, I think I'm leading the charge from the darkness.
So you are Batman.
You're Batman. Yeah. Or you're Bane.
I
I'm
am
not
Ba-
sure which one it
No, I'm
is.
Batman.
HOA Batman.
Are you sure you're Batman?
I am
You-
Batman.
You could be the Bane in this situation.
That's fine. I am the bane of their existence.
Oh, what a dad joke.
Speaking of, Aaron and I decided that we were going to come in with a topic and not tell you about it.
Well, great.
What are your thoughts on dad jokes?
Well, first of all, they're phenomenal.
Okay, good.
Okay.
That's all we need to know. That's
Okay.
great. I sent Aaron a video the other day, and it was just I don't know, I guess it's a show. It was a Facebook video that was like 15 minutes long of just people sitting face to face at a table, making dad jokes and trying not to laugh. It was like a game they were playing. If you laugh, if you make somebody laugh, you get a point, whatever.
Okay.
So they were just going back and forth. And I sent it to Aaron because I know how much he appreciates a dad joke. So I told him he should come here with some dad jokes, and I would do the same. And we would kind of recreate this
Go for it.
and see if
I'll
we
just
can
be
hold back the laughter.
I'll be the wild card in the corner.
The only way I'm gonna cry is if I hear your laugh in the background.
Yeah, she's going to laugh.
No.
Yeah.
We asked her beforehand.
Yeah,
she's like,
she's-
"Dad
okay.
jokes are
Stupid.
dumb. They're stupid."
Yeah, well, she
Especially
says
my
that.
husband's. They came out of her mouth.
Okay. Faceless voice in the back of the room is going to laugh. I'm just letting you know.
I will start with my worst ones and then kind of lead to the couple that. I
Well, you
think
said you
are
only
better.
have 3, so how's
I
that
have,
gonna work?
I know. I have 4. All right,
Okay.
it's my first one.
I'm definitely gonna laugh. I'm already laughing.
Okay.
Jeez.
The other day, I told my wife, I said, "Babe, your underpants are way too revealing." And she said, "Well, why don't you wear some of your own then?"
I'm gonna laugh every time. Today at the bank, an old lady asked me to check her ballots. I pushed her over.
That's good. That's good. Can you guess what?
What?
Good guess.
I was digging in the garden, and I found a chest full of gold coins, and I was gonna bring it home to show my wife, and then I remembered why I was digging in the garden.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I went and bought some. I would have bought a Christmas tree the other day with my family. We were going Christmas shopping, so I go up to the counter and I start to pay, and the guy says,
What are you laughing at?
I don't know.
And so I
just so
purchased the
serious.
Christmas tree, and I go to talk to the guy, and he goes, "Hey, you gonna put it up yourself?" And I said, "Disgusting, dude. No, I'm gonna put it up in my house."
I don't get that one. I don't get that one.
You don't
Tree
get
up
that
the-
one? Okay.
Up the
I'll be honest. I didn't hear the first half of the joke because I was laughing. I'm laughing because he's so much better at this than me. No. What does my dad and Nemo have in common?
Dad and Nemo.
Neither one of them can be found.
I can relate. I can relate.
I can relate. What do you call a dog with no legs?
Nothing. It won't come.
You get it. You get it.
It was. I'm trying to remember the second part of my joke.
Okay.
Because it was.
Old age is a bitch.
I know it's the worst.
You know the phrase "one man's trash is another man's treasure."
Maybe a wife joke.
What? What did you say?
I said this is gonna. I feel like this is like some kind of wife joke or something. Like
No, it's a wonderful saying, but a horrible way to find out you're adopted.
that. No, that is true.
She's not laughing. She just thinks we're terrible people.
This is gonna bother me because the best one that I had, I can't remember the second part of it.
You see why I wrote them down?
Yeah.
Give a man a match, he'll be warm for a little while. You set him on fire, he'll be warm the rest of his life.
I like that one.
Did I tell you about the website I made for orphans?
Oh Lord,
I forgot to make the homepage.
that one was good.
I finally got on the lap.
Yeah. That
I'm
one
just
was
throwing
good.
some out here while you try to figure out the second half of the third joke.
It's the worst. This is my fourth.
You have
joke,
them all written
actually.
down. First of all, he's just.
I
throwing
know.
them
I'm
out.
trying to. I came in with.
I knew that I had to write them down. Apparently, so did he, and he didn't. He
I
didn't
know.
do
I was
it.
trying to come off the dome.
I feel
That's
like
the
an
dad joke.
innocent bystander here, just listening.
Oh,
to
what do you?
Terrible
This
jokes.
isn't a joke, but I thought of one as I was. What do you call a chameleon that can't change colors? Reptile dysfunction.
What's the difference between Iron Man and Iron Woman? One's a superhero, the other's a simple command.
Wow.
That one was good.
Anyway, Patty's looking
Oh,
up dad
okay.
jokes.
I got
I was
it. It's,
bad.
All right, let's do
the
this.
kids. The kids complained that the food was cold and bland, and they asked why, and I said, "Well, your mother cooked it because she put her heart and soul into it."
Okay. Anyway,
Well, when you learn to cook, you'll
Ooh.
figure it out. Sorry. Dang it, that was not a good joke. Now I'm gonna die later.
You're gonna die.
She said your dad jokes are stupid. You had to
Yeah,
That
retaliate.
was
you
a
had to
stupid
retaliate.
joke. That was a bad joke. Okay, I'm done.
We
Moving
need
on.
some more. We need some new topics.
So the other day I saw
Wasn't my wife.
a Twitter video, and I thought it was pretty cool. But I also had a thought about how crazy it was that it was blowing up. These kids, they were recreating. These nuts.
No, I thought he was about to say. Oh, never mind. Go ahead.
They were recreating. They had like a playoff. And it was the 3v3. These kids are probably 11 or 12, and so they played a game of 21. And whoever teams won, they got to roll the basketball goal to the other person's house. So you had like a home and away game. And I just thought,
Wait, they rolled the basketball.
like, say we play the 3-on-3. We're at your house. We win. We get to roll the goal over to our house. So it's a home game. And so they came out with like speakers, and they came out with like walkout music, and they just had a whole ordeal of just kids loving it and playing outside. Essentially, yeah. And
I'm
so
just stuck on the idea of rolling the goal to somebody's house.
yeah, it's home field advantage.
How far is the house?
Yeah, like
It's in the same cul-de-sac.
Like if I played at my house,
Oh,
and
it's
had to
like-
go to your house.
Yeah,
That's
it's in the same
up.
cul-de-sac. It's not like you're on the
Right.
highway. And
You
you're
rolled
like,
it 10
At least we
feet.
won.
What makes it more of a home court advantage? The
What's
goal,
in front of? Oh, okay.
the goal, or the setting? Because wouldn't
It's gotta
you
be
if
the
you
setting.
if you had two different goals? I feel like it'd be more of a home court advantage.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just more of a setting. You're used to your driveway, I guess.
Like if we played at somebody's house and they got one of the ones that's like cemented in the ground, and you're like, you know what, we're gonna play on a little Tykes goal at my house.
Hey,
Little
I mean, you
Tykes.
won. I mean, technically.
saying.
Are you playing with a little ball too? Because the big ball's not fitting in the little
Yeah.
tights.
Or,
Okay.
or we're gonna play like some slam ball. on
Changes
trampoline.
everything. Okay, slam ball.
We had a horrible. I'll finish my story, and then the little tyke basketball goal reminded me about the horrible time that we tried
Yeah.
to play ER doctors at your mom's house with the little tyke basketball goal.
Listen,
No, but it just made me start thinking about how, like, I don't think the way that technology is advancing and the way that everything is going,
where did
that
this come from?
people playing outside is just going to continue to grow. I think if anything, it's going to continue to diminish.
Diminish.
Diminish, same thing. Because I just remember growing
Diminish?
up playing basketball outside with my friends, then going back inside, and we play right next to each other. Play NBA Live on the PS2 and just eat and just hang out. And I just feel like that's and even more of a hot take in a hypothetical world. If sports weren't a thing, I feel like kids would hardly play at all outside. I feel like sports are mainly the reason that kids play outside right now in general. And if not, they.
I'm just curious how we got to this
Yeah, I'm
topic.
so-
I have no idea.
He was talking about
What?
a topic. So I saw the kids outside playing
okay,
basketball.
all right,
Gotcha.
I
And
got
so
it.
I'm like,
I
wow,
got it
that's
now.
so cool. But it was blowing up like, this is so awesome. It's cool to see kids outside
Okay.
enjoying
Yeah.
it. Blah,
Now
blah,
I
blah, instead of
understand.
being
Now I
Fortnite
understand.
or something.
Yeah.
So it made me start thinking about.
They're the good ones. They're
Yeah.
outside.
Your
Right.
brain is a magical place.
I know, isn't it? So it just made me start thinking about, how fun that was, and do we think that'll ever become a thing again, or do we think that's just not?
It's literally a thing.
So this also wasn't.
Yeah, but it blew up so big because it was like such a shock that kids are just outside playing. I feel like back in the day that was just such a normal thing to do, and now it's like they're playing outside, and this is so cool to see kids, just enjoying outside.
See, where my brain goes when I hear there's kids outside, maybe in my neighborhood playing, and it's competitive, and they're like switching home court to home court. I'm like, I need in.
Yeah.
And you're going to come to my house next because I'm going to win every time.
Yeah, I got captain all the time.
Yeah. Just saying, like, you kids are about to get wrecked.
Yeah. Hey, call your dad. Tell him to come outside.
Right.
He's playing 4. It's 4v4 now.
Yeah, let's do it. He's getting dunked on.
I mean,
it's an
do
8-foot
you
goal,
think
right?
that outside,
I'm trying to think like the last time I saw kids just playing basketball in the neighborhood. I don't remember the last time I saw like somebody just playing basketball in the neighborhood. Now that could just be my neighborhood, but like my kids like to go outside, but not for sports. Like my kids want to go outside and like play with chalk and ride bikes. I guess riding bikes is
Chalk's big for the youngins.
Bubbles. Like Bubbles will get my kids outside 100% of the time. Well, one of them will just go outside if the door's open. He's just gonna escape, and that's life.
Like a dog.
Yeah, like a dog.
I guess it's just a certain age group too. I guess because I feel like for toddlers and stuff, they're pretty wanting to go outside. Like my son, he loves to go outside. But when you get to a certain age where video games become more present, or just technology becomes more present in their lives, they feel less inclined to go outside if they don't have to.
I'm trying to we go play pickup ball. We get kids from high school out there all the time, but then you're saying that's sports.
Sports.
But we talked about this recently. I think we used to just ride our bikes to the grocery store down the street.
Oh, I used to ride my bike everywhere.
Yeah.
We used to pretend, me and my brother used to pretend different driveways were different stores. Like down here would be the grocery store, down here would be the toy store, down here would be the
I went to the actual stores.
Yeah, we did that too. But just outside, just riding our bikes, just kind of enjoying ourselves. And
I don't know about like y'all, but in Chalmette, it wasn't like subdivisions, like at least where I was. It wasn't subdivisions; it was just streets. So like, Chad would live on one street, and another friend would live on another street. And we'd all just ride. We'd even have like bike races, because one of them lived in a street that had a cul-de-sac. So the cul-de-sac would be turn around, like a little sprint from his house and back. We do stuff like that. Or there was a house a couple streets away that would sell how you used to freeze the popsicle in the little cups.
The ice cup lady.
Yeah, they'd sell them for like $1. And we'd go get them.
There was a lady down the street that did that by me, 50 cents.
Yeah, it might have been 50 cents.
That's great.
I don't know. We used to go do that.
So sweet.
There's a grocery store. We'd go to the grocery, get whatever. You could ride a bike to an ice cream shop. There was all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's just where I live now. Like there's just a subdivision. There's nothing you can really ride your bike.
do ice cream trucks go down your neighborhood?
Huh?
Do ice cream trucks still go down your neighborhood?
They used to. I haven't seen an ice cream truck
Yeah, me
in a
neither.
minute.
They used to go down.
I would stop it if so. What you getting off the ice cream truck?
It's,
We've done this. We've done this as a top 5. I think it was our first top 5.
It was our
I'm a
first
big,
top. It was like our second top 5.
Yeah.
I'm a big like chocolate chip ice cream, little cookie ice cream sandwiches.
Okay.
Back when they RIP, I don't think they're a thing anymore. Choco tacos.
Yeah, they're not a thing anymore.
Yeah.
Who knew?
They
Why?
got discontinued. They had a swim park when we lived in Texas, and they had ice cream that you can get while you're there, and I used to always get Choco tacos.
That's so funny. When he said it as in his top 5, I had no idea what a chocolate top. What
It's
it
so
say it again?
insulting. Choco taco.
Man. It's
Okay.
like
I'm surprised you didn't go with the Ninja Turtle.
those are good, but
First of all, but the Ninja Turtle is the same as the Tweety Bird, the
And the
same as the
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob. It's
Yeah.
the same thing.
Yeah.
Sonic.
Yeah.
But he has an obsession with the Ninja Turtles, so
I
that's
do
why.
like the Ninja Turtles.
I always went Bomb Pop.
They never
I
looked
a
like the
good
picture,
Bomb
though.
Pop.
Little Bomb Pop. Bomb Pops and Freedom. There you go.
They had gumball eyeballs.
They did.
Yeah, but they never looked like the picture. They looked so distorted.
They were-
they were
they literally-
terrifying. You're like, wow, geez, I thought I was getting a SpongeBob ice cream. The gumballs were terrible. Take one bite and they just disintegrate in your mouth.
I never got those ever. I always got either the Choco Taco, the like hamburger thing. It was like a chocolate, anything chocolate. I was all in on. Or the thing I loved the most was the cone, like the nutty bar. What is it called? It's like a cone with like nuts on top, and it's got like chocolate
like a
in it.
drumstick type thing.
Yeah, drumstick. That's what it is.
Yeah, drumsticks are solid.
That's my jam.
I like the good ice cream sandwich.
Okay.
Good ice cream sandwich.
I know, Dave.
Bring back ice cream trucks. Because I feel like I used to hear them all the time, and then I just did COVID ruin ice cream trucks.
No, I've seen them since COVID.
Oh yeah,
I've definitely seen them since COVID.
maybe it's not like an appropriate thing.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. They always had the hello. Why? Why?
I don't know.
It's a creepy hello too. If I heard that in the middle of the night, I'd be terrified.
I would think there was an ice cream truck.
I
I'd be like,
don't
oh.
know. It would be my first thought, but I'd also be like, it's the middle of the night.
Some Twisted Metal, like Sweet Tooth comes out of nowhere.
Shout out Twisted
Freaking
Metal.
out.
Shout
yeah.
out Twisted Metal. Anyway, back to our story about Aaron needing emergency services.
I'm probably still scarred to this day.
We were at my mom's, and I have a little brother, and this was a long time ago. We were still in high school, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So my little brother was like a toddler, so we had a little Tykes basketball thing, and we had a hardcore like one-on-one session in my mom's living room. In this,
The rules were you had to, no pause intended, but we had to be on our knees to play because you couldn't stand up and play on a
Naturally.
4-foot goal.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
just not fair.
Got to be on your knees.
Yeah.
Was this at your mom's house or?
yeah.
Okay, I thought it was somewhere else.
And
No.
that-
Continue.
So, but you had to take back the corner of her kitchen counter was like the marker, right? So, Aaron goes to take back one time, and he goes to stand up, and he catches doesn't catch the.
I broke the number one rule. You can't stand up, but I stood up.
He went to stand up
Naturally, you're supposed to stay on your
and
knees.
went straight into the corner of the granite kitchen counter, like sharp as can be.
Nice.
Just full on gash in his head, like
Yeah.
legit gash. So we went through Scotch tape, just everything we possibly could to try to stop this. It was 100% a situation that needed stitches.
Yeah.
100%. And I think we've basically taken, now it's out in the open, but we've taken that to the grave like it never happened. Because it was the first time he ever went to my mom's house.
Yeah.
So we're like, if anybody finds out, you're never going to be able to come back.
I was kind of worried I wasn't going to wake up in the morning, to be honest, because
We
I
did.
was bleeding and we got some toilet paper and some tissue and it soaked up blood immediately. So then we got some gauze and that soaked it up. And it got to a point, and then we poured some Neosporin in it. And then we got enough gauze. And then we literally put Scotch tape across the gauze to tape it to my head. And then I just laid down. I was like, all right, hopefully I see you in the morning, you know?
Just searching
'Cause-
through my mom's house for anything and everything that could possibly.
Could have been a horrible situation. I wake up and I'm just blood loss in the bed.
Wake up dead.
Little
Yeah.
tykes are dangerous, man.
That's crazy.
It is kind of cool to relive
what?
those, like.
That's not cool. I would not want to relive that at
This
all.
is how my
actually.
brain's working, though. Just to relive it with your kids, like buying all the little tykes, buying all the little tykes stuff.
I
Like he's
can't-
got the little tykes baseball, the basketball.
I can't
goal.
see a Little Tykes basketball goal without thinking
That is
of
true.
that moment.
There's one upstairs. We can recreate it right now. I got a granite counter out there. We can,
Yeah, how
Hopefully,
badly
hopefully
do
we're
you-
more inclined for this.
if you really want to relive
procedures.
this,
Yeah.
just saying.
Yeah.
Good Lord. I mean, but like, kids. First of all, kids are dumb.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, we never said we were smart. We just didn't want. We
I didn't want to get in trouble, so I just risked my life.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure I could hang out with my buddy again, so I almost didn't.
Yeah. The few times that we went down to Alabama, there was multiple times where death was almost immediate. From the basketball incident to the time when we flipped the 4-wheeler and
We
almost
did.
landed
We
back
tried
on
to.
us.
We were on the 4-wheeler and we were like, we can make it up this hill. We didn't make up the hill.
Got to the top. The four-wheeler said,
Stop.
"Hey, I'm done," and it just died. And then it starts flipping back. And
Full disclosure, I bailed and left Aaron on it by himself.
I was trusted.
No, I was smart. I was like, let's get off of this thing.
Did you convey that? Did you communicate this message?
It happened.
It was
happened
instinct.
so fast.
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, we're gonna make it." And the 4-wheeler said, "I'm good." And then I'm like, "Oh."
It's not my fault. He didn't have the instincts to jump off of it.
I think we had to end up pushing it all
We
the way
did. We
back.
pushed
too.
it like
was
2 miles
horrible.
back. 1 miles. Anyway, you gotta have some topics. You gotta have something here.
I don't. I got nothing. I've actually died in the middle of these conversations. I got
You haven't
nothing.
said anything.
I don't know what to say. I feel like I'm at a bar listening to two guys reliving their high school years, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what to say here.
Did you peak in high school?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think you guys peaked in high school. It's just like it's one of those things. Like you ever like hang out with a friend and like an old friend of theirs shows up and they just talk about things that you have no like. It's like, yeah, you remember that time we did this, and this, and I'm like, bro, I wasn't there. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just hanging. I'm here.
Yeah. I got I got another stupid topic.
Let's
that
go.
that you can maybe shed some opinions.
Yeah,
on.
I'm not going to speak. I'm just going to let you.
Oh, great.
Okay.
Just put it on me. Maybe I'm quiet tonight.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
We did this dad thing back and forth, and I was like, okay, like I don't. Do I jump in here? Like,
You don't have any moments where you almost experienced death with your friends?
Oh yeah.
I've
sure.
nearly died a bunch of times. Eric can vouch for that.
Sure. Yeah, I've got a million of them.
I was almost hit by a train.
We
not
don't
in
speak
a,
of them.
Not in a car, like on foot.
Listen, man, I grew up by train tracks. We used to literally jump on them as they were moving and just ride them.
I thought it was karma because I always wondered how on earth people ever get hit by trains. And it almost happened to me. I just was talking to somebody and I turned to go walk across the tracks and didn't even think. And then right in front of my face.
Well, that's the problem. You didn't think.
I did not think.
This is a problem in America right now, okay? People don't use their brains enough, and it really bothers me. That's it. Into that. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Name a situation. That's the problem.
Well, when they use their brains, they start thinking that mowing their grass is like being in World War II.
Hey, I mean,
Anyway, back to
I said simulation. Okay. No, my stupid topic. In a hypothetical world, I just randomly thought about just some little pet peeves that I have with my wife sometimes. So in a hypothetical world, we love our wives. We're
Love my
very
wife.
happy.
Let's talk about
Don't
this.
let me
We
forget
have,
this. I did have a game I wanted to play.
Okay. Great.
we have.
Thanks for interrupting the flood. No, I'm just
Yeah,
fucking with you.
no, we have. We love our wives, and we would
I wanna
never
hit the wires
We're
again.
going to be
Messing
with them
stuff.
forever and ever. In a hypothetical world, we're all single.
Oh my god.
On a call back, you had a how deep is too deep, and so I kind of had an inverse.
What?
How deep is too deep?
How
What are we
how
talking
deep is
about?
too deep?
Yeah, you said that.
Tell me.
It's okay.
That's-
Regardless.
listen,
So I had a how shallow.
I say it a lot.
How shallow is too shallow is kind of the pun that I came up with.
Okay.
It's not really shallow, but if you were single, what is a couple like pet peeves that you would be like, I can't date somebody
Oh, man.
because they're doing this? So my big thing, I'll just give you some of mine, was snoring was a big one for me. Which Dave is very, very snoring.
Snorting.
It's
Snoring.
It's a medical issue.
Um,
Sorry. it is. I have
and
broken nose.
smacking is a big thing for me.
Like when you chew? Is that what you said?
Yeah. Like it's a manners thing. I don't think I could be with somebody who's just constantly smacking. It would drive me absolutely bonkers. Even if you want to even be more shallow, if they were, say like for in your guys' instance, if they were a fan of the Falcons or something like that, could you date a Falcons fan?
Yeah, I don't care.
You
That
don't
doesn't
care?
bother me one bit.
Dave shakes his head no.
I don't care about that. You care about that?
Yeah, not as much now as I did, as I used to.
It makes it more fun.
I don't.
As long as they're a good sport. I would just give them crap the whole time.
I see. When you ask me that, I go back to like when I was like at the peak of my fandom, and like I hated them. Like we have a friend that is a Falcons fan, like a really good friend, and he wasn't welcome at my house when we played the Falcons. Not even my decision. My grandma was like, "Don't you dare invite him to our house."
Well, that's fair.
Like this is a
That's
real,
different. That's
it
your
was-
grandma.
But I was like, yeah, agreed.
Grandma
Like,
doesn't know him. I mean, she does.
She
but like,
does. He would go to my house and eat food when I wasn't there.
Yeah, but that's some kid from the neighborhood or whatever. It's like I don't know. Anyways,
But
continue.
I agreed with her. Is my point. Like I'm like, yeah, no. Why
Weird.
would I invite him over here?
No, I think smacking, snoring. It used to be.
Yep.
Smoking was a big thing for me.
Yeah.
When I met my wife, she smoked, and I said, I can't date you unless you can stop smoking. And she quit cold turkey in a month.
Wow.
Good for her.
Controlling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
set
That's
the
the way to
boundaries.
be.
Set the boundaries right
Yeah.
from the start.
You are the head of
Yeah,
the
I'm like,
table.
you want to date this? You got to stop smoking. Right? No, that's just a
Goodness
couple of
gracious.
miles. So I was just curious if you guys, in a hypothetical world, we love our wives, we
man.
want to be with them forever. But if we were single,
Well, first of all,
what?
anything my wife does currently would not be on the list. It's fine. She's perfect. She's
Right,
an angel.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you know what dating though? I feel like it would be so hard. Like I feel like just in general, like the smallest things, I would be like, I don't know. I'm just not feeling it. The vibes are off. I can't even pick it out.
A particular thing. You're
Yeah.
just like, something about it.
I did. So I have a story, sort of. A long time ago, when I was dating, I went out with this girl and it was late, and we had connected over enjoying bourbon. And my wife has probably never heard the story, and I'm saying it in front of her. And she brings a bottle of bourbon over to my house. We have a little bit. Like we have a glass or two, and we decide to go to dinner, and we're eating sushi, and I'll never forget. This was my ick. If I can pick out a word, this was my
There you
ick.
go.
We're eating, and like we had only had 2 glasses of bourbon, and like we're drinking wine at sushi, and she's like hand grabbing every roll, and like, and I'm like, oh man, if she's listening to this podcast, thanks for still like listening and supporting. Continue to appreciate you. You just eat sushi kind of weird, and like I never talked to her again, ever. I was like, nope, I'm done. Can't
The
do
white
this.
chicks moment. She's eating the barbecue ribs, and she's trying to discuss them. He's like,
Ribs
That's
might have
the
been
opposite for you.
Ribs might have been different. If it was ribs, that you're gonna get a little
Yeah.
dirty. You know, it's sushi.
Yeah.
It's sushi. That's it.
Hand in the sushi.
Just like I'm talking. Not even. It would have been one thing if like some people they like. No, some people they like. my wife in the corner. That's how I eat sushi. Baby, it's so different. So some people who can't use chopsticks, that it's like the 2-finger method where they just kind of like pick it up and eat it. That's not what was happening. I want to be very clear here. It was like whole hand just grabbing and like eating Skittles. Like imagine eating a bag of Skittles and just like I'm like, oh
Some of the stuff falls. She just grabs her hand and scoops it in a little bit and just puts it back on top.
yeah, it was not good. So probably like table manners is one.
Table
It would
manners.
just be like, and cleanliness, but like you don't know how clean someone is in that aspect, like home life, until you kind of start dating them. So unless you go to their house and you see their bathroom's disgusting, and it's like,
I had temperature of room on there, but that's not really like, I don't think that'd be a make or break. Like if they're
temperature of the room.
like they want it to be 73 or 74,
See, that's-
and you're like, no, it has to be cold.
That's important. People overlook that stuff. The whole like, some people are like cold-blooded, hot-blooded, whatever.
Yeah. Because I feel like at some point in a relationship, you're like, all right, this is our temperature. Like when we go to bed at night, this is ours.
Yeah, she changed the.
Ours is 69 at our house.
Oh,
Ours is
nice.
69.
Yeah, I know.
Is our temperature. When we go to bed, it has to be at 69.
Not us.
Your,
It's
What's y'all's?
your electric
Lower than
bill-
that?
Your electric bill is through the.
No, actually, ours used to be like 74. No lie.
Gross.
And like,
Mine's like 70, so we're right there with you.
yeah, I was
But
always.
I need it to be an even number. I can't have it on.
I know 69
so
bothered me, but it felt like 70 was too hot and 69 was.
I
Well,
can't have it on. It makes me. Even when I'm like driving, this is a completely different thing. When I'm like driving in my car and listening to music, it's got to be on an even number. I can't stop on an odd
I
number.
feel you on that.
Do you have a number on your car volume?
What do you mean? Like, when I turn it? Yeah. Oh, y'all's probably just has like the knobs.
Yeah.
Mine has the knobs, but it has a number underneath it. So like it always has to be on an even number, or it.
I respect
it
that.
drives me
So you're
crazy.
not. So like growing up, I was one of those people. It was either or. Like I could do an odd number, but it had to be like a 5.
No.
See, that's how I am.
No, it
Like
has to
TV
be-
volume, it's like 10, 12, 14, 15's okay.
15's okay.
16,
Yeah.
18.
Don't.
If it's like 17
like
or 19,
17,
like, mother-
13, 11. You can get out of here.
Yeah.
I don't want any of that.
I'm the same
15, 25, 35. Those are
So
fine.
I could always do 15. 15 was like my favorite number growing up, so I was okay with 15 specifically. But other than that, it had to be even number. Now, when you have the knobs on y'all's, is like every other knob shorter than or is it like all one size? Because some of them have like
Wait,
short knob, then a tall knob, short knob, tall knob.
It's just like a bar. Like we turn it, the bar just fills, right?
okay.
It's like, I don't know. I don't pay attention.
I'm just
don't care.
I asked because if it was like short then tall, I'd always have to end it on a tall one.
Weird.
So what's your temperature? 70, 69?
Right now it's 70, but she turned it to 72 the other day because she was cold. And I was like, all right, I guess I'll do 72. But here's the thing. I would be fine with 72. I used to sleep with like regular blankets, and 72 is fine for me. I could live like that. She has to have this down comforter, like this thick
Yeah, those are
duvet.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's hot, okay? This thing it could be 50 degrees in here, and I'm sweating underneath these things. So, yeah, it's
One
We'll give
thing
and
my
take.
wife like got me to change, and not really her. It was like the kids. Once we had the kids, this changed. I was so against turning my heater on in my house ever.
I remember you
Because
saying
I was like, it's cold outside, but we're inside. So why do I give a shit if it's cold outside? Like my house is not the temperature as it is outside. So I was like, I want the AC on no matter what. Because
Yeah.
I can't be hot when I sleep. And she would always want the heater on. She's like, it's cold outside. I'm like, I don't care if it's cold outside.
yeah.
But then once we had the kids, I was like, the rooms are cold. I guess they need to be.
Yeah, I
When I
don't.
had to care about their health, it changed. But when it was just me and her, I was like, no.
It's funny. It's interesting you say that because like we were just talking about how like she's cold. She's like, oh, it's got to be 72. When it's cold outside, she's like, don't you dare turn the heater. She's like, it's stuffy. I can't breathe. And I'm like, it's fucking cold. Like,
I hate turning the heater on in my house. I hate it.
I feel like you said, kids kind of change that. Like I don't want my son to wake up and
We
it's
think,
58 degrees in the house.
Have you ever asked your son, hey, you want the heater on?
I will when he can talk to me.
That's true.
yeah, my daughter doesn't get cold.
My son hates blankets. Like he doesn't ever want to be covered in blankets. So I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know.
Yeah, my son's in this weird phase. He likes to take all his jammies off. Like you put full on jammies. He's like, I'm hot. And he just takes his jammies and he ends up in his diaper. I'm like, okay, well.
There you go.
I guess I just wasted my time getting you ready. So it's whatever. Let's go screw myself.
Just go screw myself. You had a topic, but you forgot.
I kind of had a little thing kind of leading to kind of what you said about sports and how it's your peak of fandom. And y'all may have talked about this if y'all have, sorry, but it was, how much sports affects your life. And do you think it's worse as you get older? Or do you think you just like how, I feel like you've had, obviously as a Saints fan, it's been different and it's kind of almost, you just have no emotion with it. But I feel like you still obviously care about the Saints. And like for me as a Steeler fan, if we lose, I try not to affect me, but it'll affect me for at least like a couple of days. I'll be thinking about work. I'm like, if they would have just got that first down.
You just haven't had the moment yet where it like. So we have talked about this. I used to be, my Sundays were clear, and everything revolved around like the Saints schedule. And
that's how mine is right now. I'm a loser too.
And it still kind of is. Like I'm still gonna sit down and watch, whatever. But like we wouldn't do family things on Sundays during football seasons, all these different things, and I would be upset. If Saints lost, I'd be upset for like a week until the next game. Yeah. But now, ever since then, this is what I said in the past. When we had the no call moment, it just took something out of me. Yeah. It just like, I don't know. It was like no matter what they do, it can all be like just taken away by somebody else, I guess is the best way to put it.
So is the Saints like your number one? You're like, only the Saints can affect you to the way that it's tuned you out?
None of it really affects me anymore. Yeah. And not that, you know what else? Having kids kind of changed that too, because you're like, they lost, I'm just going to go hang out with my son. Yeah. And be like, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's probably like 10 years ago. Like I care, but I only care. And I still, Sundays, like I'm still going to watch the game, but I only care in the moment. I don't really like after. I'm just like, it'll suck for a few minutes, and I'm like, all right, like what else what are we doing? Yeah, what's next?
By Monday morning, I'm good.
Yeah,
I think I would like to get to that point. I don't know what it is in me. I cannot. Like if we lose, it bothers me, and I'll get to the point. I've gotten better, like you said, with the kids, and but it's just something about it. It just is just tough for me, and it's funny because my wife is having the opposite effect. When we first started dating, she was like, it's okay, there's always another game, they'll get them next time. I'm like, there's not this game, it's the playoffs, there's not, it's like or she didn't really care about it. But now that we've been together for 10 years now, like when they lose, it kind of aggravates her, not to the extent that it does for me, but it's I would like to get to that point to where they lose, I'm like, whatever.
I kind of miss it sometimes. I miss when I cared so much about it.
I don't. I genuinely don't. I still care in the moment, like I said. And it's just like, it's so much healthier to just move on. Like, I think it changed for me. Like you mentioned, like getting older, having kids, things like that. Maybe that's what it was. But playing sports as an adult in all these rec leagues and stuff, and like you win championships, you lose championships, you have some really bad losses. Some of them, like I played quarterback in flag football. So not that flag football is anything special, but like, losing in the playoffs sometimes when it's your fault, you take that and you wear that hard, like it hurts, it sucks. And like just doing that, and then like on the weekends realizing like this doesn't matter. Yeah, this does not matter.
Yeah, in the moment I definitely still get just as worked up.
Yeah, like, for sure.
If I'm watching a game and they do something stupid, I still get just as worked up as I ever did. Now, would you, if they win another championship, would you be? It's hard. I guess it's hard to ask.
It almost.
It's hard to ask because nothing's going to compare to the first one. Right. But like, would you still be just as excited about it? Like when they won the first one, I was like, I'm going to the parade. I'm doing all of this all of this stuff.
I don't think so. And I think I say that because I look at, it's not the same, but I look at when like Tulane won the Cotton Bowl and like, I was just like, oh, it was cool. That was awesome. It was so exciting in the moment. Like we watched it. I was like, oh yeah. I was super excited. But then like it ended and I was like, all right, what now? Like, what are we doing now?
Yeah.
That was awesome. Where do I go from here? Like, it wasn't like the Saints Super Bowl was like, people were like crying and like
Yeah.
popping fireworks and like just being stupid and driving around the city recklessly. And like everybody was happy. Everybody was happy. Like everybody you ran into was happy. I don't think you see that again, no matter what.
No, I just meant like you personally. Like,
Yeah,
would
like,
you
do
be?
you think
in
there
a-
would ever be anything that would kind of reignite
well, you've been
you
so,
to be?
so. You're the person to ask because you've experienced a few of them.
Mm.
Were they all exciting?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we hadn't
Is the third
won
one
one,
as
and
exciting?
we
as
won
the
one
first?
like the year before the Saints won one, so it was like it's been quite a while, obviously. And I don't know. I think just it all depends on how competitive of a person, I guess, like you grew up being. Like obviously for some people, if they didn't really play sports and they weren't competitive, they're like, this doesn't really bother me. I don't get how you get so into it.
Yeah.
But like for all of us, I'm sure it obviously, like Dave said, he took time off on Sundays, or like I'm sure like how it is for me. Sometimes I'm like, all right, we can go do this, but we just got to be back by 12. That's when the game starts. We got to be back for blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And it may get to that certain point to where it's like, man,
How
it
do
is
you-
what it is. But to me, I don't see where I can get to that point. And I don't know if it's going to take something like dramatic as a couple crazy calls in the playoffs to like screw my team.
That's
and
what
make
did
me,
it.
like,
For, it was like we had that 3-year stretch where it was just nothing but heartbreak, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to be this upset anymore. Like the walk back from the dome to my car after the no call is like the saddest like walk with a group of people I've ever had in my life. And I think it was just like in that moment I'm like, this I don't
Like, it's
care
gonna
this
get
much
any worse,
anymore.
yeah.
Like
But I mean, what do you feel like if they were to win a Super Bowl? Do you think it would reignite? You're like, all right, I'm back.
I think
in it
I'd be
again.
still just as excited. Because I still, like I said, I still care. I just don't care on Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah,
Now, if they won a Super Bowl, that's different.
yeah.
But I guess to judge like where you're at, if the Pelicans won a championship, because that's the only one we really have. I mean, you have Tulane that can still win a national championship, but if like the Pelicans won a championship, how excited would you be?
I'd be
there?
excited. I'd be excited. I'd be
But would
really
it feel
excited.
like when the Saints won the first one?
No, but nothing will because I don't care as much in general. It's exciting in the moment. I mean, you can ask my wife. Like we'll be at playoff games when they played the Suns in the playoffs. I was
Yeah.
yelling as loud as possible. I was like, and not like a hey, like distracting people. I was like coaching. I was like, why aren't you doing it? Like I was like, you gotta blitz him.
Box out.
No, like Chris Paul is killing. He's like, cooking us, and I'm like, blitz him, blitz the ball. I'm like yelling, and she's like, are you okay? And I'm like, no. But like, after the game's over, I'm fine. Yeah, I was literally assistant coach.
Yeah.
I was,
I get it. I get
yeah,
it.
I'm yelling. But afterwards, literally, it's like a switch. It literally goes away. It's crazy. I don't know how it happens, but it does.
Was there a point you think that happened, or has it always been like that?
No, it was not always like that.
Yeah.
I used to get really, really, really. When I was younger, you don't even know. Like she's like, no, and like I'm like, you don't even know. Okay. When I was younger, I used to get really mad, especially if I was like playing in my own sports.
Yeah.
I mean, I would wear it for a while. I'm talking in general here. Thank you, Peanut Gallery. Oh, jeez, I did say it. Oh my goodness.
No twister tonight.
A little twister tonight. No. So yeah, I remember the Bears game, the NFC Championship game years ago. Was that the Bears? It was Bears.
Yeah. Matt Forte.
When we lost that game, I was like really upset, and it hurt for days. I was like, man, that sucked. But I didn't have anything else in my life at the time. It was just like
Like
that
you
was-
can only focus on nothing but the.
that was what I cared about. I worked at Papa John's. I like didn't have a relationship. I didn't have kids.
Stupid pizza. They would have just.
It's the best pizza. First of all, better
False.
ingredients, better pizza.
Also, yeah.
Papa John's.
I used to love Papa John's, and then
I haven't had it in 15 years, but
Point proven. Obviously not that great. If you hadn't had it in 15 years.
I haven't. I don't eat pizza though. Genuinely.
What was the last pizza place you had?
I didn't eat Isabella's. I'm trying to think. I don't know. Someplace in Chicago, maybe. When's the last time I had pizza? It's been a long time. I don't eat pizza. I eat pizza at home a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I like we'll make homemade pizza, but it's like healthy pizza. So
That's
maybe that's Amore and Metairie, which isn't great, but it's like I wanted Chicago style pizza. So
I didn't know deep dish pizza takes 45 minutes. I learned that when I went to Chicago last year.
yeah, I don't like that. Why does it take so long?
I said, oh, we got a flight. And then we get there, like, I have deep dish. And they're like, it's 45-minute wait. And I'm like,
We're
what
in
do
an
I do for
airport.
45 minutes?
Was it at the airport? The place?
No, it
Oh,
was
okay.
Giordano's in right there in downtown.
That's where we went.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, I'll just sip this Dr. Pepper for 45 minutes and eat breadsticks until my deep
Right.
dish pizza comes
I'm gonna
up.
be so
And scarf
full.
it down.
Yeah.
Like,
It's also like you can't eat more than one
No.
piece of deep dish pizza.
no. If they give you a fork to eat it, you're like, what are we doing? Like, this isn't
It's
pizza at this
ridiculous.
point. Very good, though.
It's good. It's not pizza though, if we can be honest.
I think I've said
It's
on here
definitely a
before,
pie.
and I think you gave me flack for it, that deep dish pizza is just lasagna.
It's not lasagna, but it's not
Lasagna.
pizza. It's like
It's lasagna with a little bit of dough in it.
it's a pie. It's a pizza pie. It's
No,
literally a
there's no,
pizza
like,
pie.
There's no pasta in it.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
that's why
what
it's not
separates
lasagna.
the lasagna from the
It's just-
pizza.
yeah.
If you put pieces of like pasta in the deep dish, then I could agree with you. But
Okay.
not a pizza,
What's the game you wanted to play?
Oh,
not a pie.
it's gonna be a fill in the blank.
It is a pizza pie.
Okay.
First of all.
It's a fill in the blank.
It's DiGiorno's.
We should do Mad Libs one day.
When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie.
We
Surprised you
should do
said that
Mad
now,
Libs
not
one day.
versus earlier when he said Amore.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Anyway, just fill in the blank. I don't trust someone
Yes.
if they don't like.
Oh, sorry. I
blank.
thought we were done.
All right. Well, let me try again.
That wasn't a blank.
I don't trust
Yes.
someone. Jesus fucking Christ. I don't trust someone if they don't like blank.
A lot of things. Kids, life,
Fries.
fries.
You don't like French fries? I don't trust you.
Yeah. French fries. That's a good one, actually.
Hey, also, pizza. We were just talking about pizza. You don't
Yeah.
like pizza? I don't trust you.
I didn't say I don't like pizza. That
No,
was
I'm not.
oh, okay.
I'm not talking.
Okay.
I'm looking at you. I'm not talking about you.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Making sure we're clear.
If I meet you when you're asking if I'm dating, and there's something that would be like, huh? And they're like, oh, I like pizza. See you.
Not a fast food
Goodbye.
person. All right, great. I'm not you person. So
No, no,
if
we
I-
can get by no fast food. That's fine.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
okay
fine.
with that. You don't
Fast
like
food's
pizza?
really unhealthy, first of all.
Yeah. Pizza's not exactly a. Anyway, Aaron.
if you don't like something, I was gonna say ice cream, but then it's like you could be lactose intolerant
Yeah.
technically.
But that doesn't mean they don't like it.
Fries is a good one.
I think
That's like I'm trying to think what matches that, and I can't. I can't
it
find
really
one.
it goes with our
How do you not like
our
fries?
top 5 foods that never miss.
Chips
Yeah.
and salsa.
Some people don't.
But that's you. If that's how you feel, I mean, good for you, I guess.
Maybe chips. And
I love
salsa.
chips and salsa.
Yeah.
I can't go
Tacos
wrong.
might be pretty high.
Who
on the list
doesn't?
for
If
me
you
also.
don't, I don't trust you.
Well,
Oh, peanut gallery. Chips and salsa.
she who shall not be named.
Fries is
No,
the best
not the
answer I
same.
got.
Not the
you
same.
said kids. I could see why somebody doesn't like kids.
No, I mean yes, but no.
My kids can be assholes sometimes.
Yeah,
Love them to death, but I can see why somebody else would be around and be like,
Could you say dogs? Like, if you
"Yeah, you don't like dogs. You don't like dogs.
I feel like that's kind of a red
We're gonna
flag.
have an issue."
Unless you had like a super traumatic experience with a dog. But
Don't
even,
care.
Even then, it's like one dog.
Because if you tell me about your traumatic experience, I'm probably gonna tell you were in the wrong.
you know what's funny? I actually, on the inverse, I feel like people who like cats, it's a red flag for me.
You know what?
See,
I like kittens.
It's a red flag
Cats
for
are
me.
cool. Kittens are cool until they become cats, and then you're like, "Ugh."
See, I don't mind cats. I just would never have a cat.
I don't
Like,
like.
if I go to someone's house and they have a cat and it's nice, I'm like, okay.
if you have a
okay,
cat
never
that
mind.
likes,
But I don't
It's
want
fine.
one.
Yeah.
the issue with
I'll
cats
pet
is
a
they
cat.
like don't want to be around you. If I had a cat that like wanted to always hang out and be with me, I'd be like, yeah, it's essentially a dog. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, but,
But-
that's why you get dogs, because cats they
Suck.
come home and you're like, where's my cat?
Cats
And you're like-
suck.
he could be in the blinds. He could be like,
Oh, not even at your house.
yeah, but-
Somehow they always escape.
yeah.
Why are there so many cats?
My
running
dog's
around?
gonna come straight up to me, hop up on me.
Yeah. Your dog is
Greet
just
me.
happy that you're alive.
Right.
You go get home, your cats be like, fuck, this asshole came home again.
God. Just wish you would.
I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say. I had a depressing thought about dogs, but it was just, it was a TikTok I saw. It was just like to a dog.
So you're gonna
Yeah, I'm
You
gonna
gotta say it.
It's
now.
not. Yeah, for us, a dog is just a part of our lives. For them, we're their whole lives,
Yeah.
and so it was kind of like
That's why dogs are the best.
right.
You said people are stupid earlier.
Yes, they are. I am stupid.
We are really stupid for buying dogs. Think about it. Like
Oh,
you
I
are
don't
setting
buy.
yourself up for just depression.
Yeah.
Like it's really a stupid idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the joy that it brings you,
Yes.
I think,
See.
outweighs.
Let's see.
Listen, death is a part of life. And the second you come to terms with that, life becomes so much better.
Yeah.
I didn't say I've come to terms with it. I'm just saying that if you do, it's better.
What would be your walk-up song?
My walk-up song?
What?
What would be my walk-up song? I don't know, Nate. See, you're kind of... Chimbea.
That's a good answer. Good answer.
Like wrestling song.
No.
I mean, just like your walk-up song for baseball, I guess. Is that what you're going with?
My brain was working like walk up like wedding, walk up like because I wanted to come out to Stone Cold Steve Austin to my wedding.
And that would also be a good walk-up song, I think.
I'm going, this is literally my answer for this all the time. I picked this a long time ago. Kodak Black, Patty Cakes, or Patty Cake.
That's
Okay.
pretty solid.
That's it.
I don't think I have a
Yeah, mine would be Chimbea.
Swimming Pools by Kendrick maybe, but I don't think he
That's a
says
different
pools.
vibe for a walk-up song.
Swimming pool.
Yeah.
Bow up.
Drank.
Headshot.
Right.
Faded.
Right.
Okay.
Was
that it? Was that the only one? Fill in the
I
blank?
had others. My wife really drives me crazy when she blank.
Um,
I didn't know Victoria was going to be in here.
I don't care.
Oh, dude, how much time do we have?
Jesus.
I have two that immediately pop in my head. One is when they use the remaining bit of the toilet paper, and they just either that or they leave like this much, like half a roll,
Okay.
or
I've got some.
they just use the whole thing and they just don't replace it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Or they place it on the back of the tank, and I'm like, what are we doing? Just put it on the roll.
Yeah.
The other thing is I have a weird thing in my house where we buy water, and the bottom shelf of our fridge, we stock it with the water so it's ice cold when you go and get it. My wife loves to have it the last one and not refill it, and I feel like it should be common courtesy if you grab the last water bottle,
It should.
you should refill it.
It should.
That way, when I go for a cold water, I'm like, mother, and then I gotta fill it up. That's
Yeah.
my two that pop up off the top of my head that really annoy my wife. Does.
Yeah. I didn't have one. I'll be honest. I was sitting here. I was like racking my brain. I was like, I don't know.
Because
And
she's
then-
in here.
No. No, I have them. I just had to think about it for a
If
second.
you unplug my microphone, that's all of it.
Why is it behind me?
No, you keep lifting your foot every now and then. And it,
Anyways.
every now and then it pulls it a little bit more. Go ahead. You have one.
Fucking Dave
Couple.
Rainey. I just want to complain about you now.
I really hate Dave when he blank.
When Dave Rainey complains.
He probably does have a lot, but I feel like he would tell me.
No, I would. Yeah, you know me. I would tell you. I think mine is. I can't like go down. I'd probably go down a rabbit hole and think of some. The first one that sticks out after you said what you said is just like half doing things. Just half does all kinds of things, and it's like helpful in a sense. She's like, "Hey, I'm gonna help. I know the brain is in a good place. I guess is what I'm saying. I'm gonna help, and I'm gonna do this, but I'm not gonna finish it." And he's going to actually have to do it later. And then it's like, why did you even take the first step? Just don't do it at all, which I'll also hate. But, you know,
Lose, right?
Yeah,
no, just do it.
it's true.
I feel like that's with laundry. I feel like that's a common
Yes.
occurrence. It's like I did the laundry. No, you put it in the washer and the dryer.
Yeah. And then it got sat on the
it's
dresser.
Two
5 days
laundry
later.
baskets full of clean
Sometimes
clothes.
2 weeks later.
And it sits there. You wake up in the,
The
morning.
dresser
You're
is
like, "Where's
always full of
my-
clothes."
Where's my dress shirt? Where's my pants?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the hardest part about laundry is actually folding it. It's easy to
It
put
is.
it in the washer.
It
and
is the
dryer.
hardest part. I'll give you that.
Okay, what else do you have to say about me?
You did say you had a couple. I was
There
letting
was
you-
no the first one I actually thought of before he said what he said was just like sometimes she'll not realize how quiet she's being. And I know that sounds weird, but in the sense of like different situations, she'll come home from work and not speak for 4 hours, and I'll be like, "What? Not really." This week when you got your dang Kindle, my wife got a Kindle. She comes home and she just reads, and I'm like, I can't be mad that you're reading. You're like, this is like, you're somewhat bettering yourself and you're entertaining yourself. Like, reading is good. It's fundamental. Dad joke. But I'm like, I'm here. I exist. I've been here.
I feel that.
That's all.
But I guess mine are probably like very specific. And so what made me think of this, the situation that happened was I was getting the kids ready for school. Put shorts on the baby. He walks out the door and she's like, those shorts don't fit him. She's like, then why the fuck are they in the drawer?
Still in the drawer.
Like, they don't fit him. Take them out the drawer.
Yeah. We've had the same talk sometimes.
Because they're folded. Like, they're not just thrown in the drawer. They're folded on top of all the other ones that may or may not fit him. Like, if they don't fit him, then why are they here as an option? Get rid of them. Also, if you watch me do the dishes, and I just fill the dishwasher, and then you just come behind me and just
Jesus. I just got triggered for a second.
That one doesn't happen often. But
That's the worst. You're doing it, and then you're just like, "Oh, I'm almost done," and it's like, "Bang, bang, bang, bang." I'm like, "Hey, thank you."
the sad part is I've probably
you.
also done it like to her.
Yeah, it's like, "Thank you, I appreciate that," but can we just set it up here my OCD can be happy?
Yeah, we also bought one of the things that like you put like a magnet you put on dishwasher and it's like clean or dirty or whatever.
Yeah.
Never turns it. She wanted it. Never turns it.
Yeah. These dishes, the dish thing doesn't bother me at all. Because I just, in my head, I know. I've already, in my life, not even like in our marriage, just in my life, I just do dishes. Like, it's just, growing up, that was my job in the family. Like, y'all had jobs in your family when you were little? Like, that was my chore, was dishes. So, like, it's ingrained in me to just
y'all
do
big
it.
on like lights, because my wife likes to have like a doctor's office, especially late at night. Just every light in the entire house is on. And I'm like, I know, that's our singing over here too.
Back porch is a crack of dawn.
In case you ever do get tired.
No, yeah, my wife lives in the dark. She is Bane. She was born in it, molded by
It's like
it.
pitch black. You turn on the light. She's like,
Basically, with her Kindle in the corner.
I'm reading. Dubby reads book in corner.
I'm like, oh, sorry. Didn't even know you were here.
It's like
You've been quiet.
The dimmest of Kindle light, just in the corner, just like.
Yeah. Yep.
Right here.
You got one more?
I don't know if I have any more. I was trying to think. I don't think I had any more. It was really just the one with the clothes because that's what made me think of it.
Yeah.
But like some of the ones you said, I can say.
Yeah, there's little things like shutting the door at night. I feel like the room gets hotter. My wife went through this phase. She wanted to keep the door open and not shut it. Now she's in the phase that she needs the door closed because, like, the smallest light, she can't sleep. I'm like, hey, crazy thing, just close your eyes. The light disappears.
Yeah, but you can kind of see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but if it's a light like that's the size of this green light,
Yeah.
she's like, the outside lights. I'm like, first of all, our street has no street lights, so I don't know what outside light you're talking about.
Man, a tornado came through.
Yeah.
There's nothing out there.
There's no lights.
What about it?
Yeah,
It's a
but
light.
See,
it's not enough to.
It's the only light you see.
sleep in.
So, darling. Anyways, we're just singing this episode. I'm singing this episode.
we're at like an hour and 10 minutes right now, so we should probably
I know.
wrap it up.
What's your go-to karaoke song?
Oh, we've done this.
Oh, we have done this, but I don't remember what I
We've
said.
never gotten it.
Oh, yeah, what's your
Mine is
go-to?
always Shania Twain. That's my
Which
answer.
one? There's a bunch.
Yes.
He feels like a woman.
Yeah, probably. But like any Shania Twain song.
It's definitely a Tim McGraw song.
Not the most recent one. There was one that was on my birthday a few years ago. Courtney got it for me as like a Father's Day present.
I like Indian Outlaw by Tim McGraw.
Hmm.
We did karaoke once, but I don't remember. We did that. We did Tim
At
McGraw, I
Cats.
think.
Have Cherokee and Choctaw. My baby, she's a Chippewa. Oh, she's a
one
one
of
of
a
a kind. Bow, bow, bow.
All my friends call me man. She is my papa. I got my orders from my mama.
Dow, dow, dow. Anyways,
We can go down an old country rabbit hole for hours. We should probably stop this.
well, I was gonna say I've never actually done this. I've never done this at karaoke, but I feel like I should now. The Grundy County auction is probably one that I think I should do. It's either that or like Smash Mouth All Star.
Because it's
Never done that one either.
It's impressive that you can do the auction part.
I can do most of it. I lose it sometimes.
Yeah,
I can.
hit it. Now, when it's on, when the song is on, when the song is
The
on,
second verse I
do it.
always mess up. I'll be honest.
Karaoke could be a little different though. Pressure's on a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, you never know.
I can nail 99% of the song, but
Yeah.
the second verse, there's like one part that I always mess up. Always. I don't
It
even know.
changes like
It changes like one small part. Yeah.
Yeah. What was the other one you said?
Smash Mouth All Star.
Yeah.
It's just so easy to.
Yeah.
Come on. I know every word to that song. I don't even have to look at the lyrics.
One of those like alt rock songs from like the early 2000s that they play at hockey games would always be a hit.
My brain went to Lips
Say
of
it
an
ain't
Angel.
so.
Ooh.
Lips of an Angel by Hinder.
That's a good song.
My first two
I wanted
songs
to
on my
sing it, but I'm
MP3
not
player
gonna.
that I had when I was in high school, first two songs I had on my MP3 player, total opposite. Hinder, Lips of an Angel, and Knuck If You Buck by Grandma. The two total opposite. I was like, oh, I love Lips of an Angel. My best friend who lived across the street is like, you got to get Knuck If You Buck. I was like, yeah, definitely do. That's my first two songs on my MP3
What's
player.
funny is that's like still my like at music library is.
Knock if you buck.
It's probably in
That's
my
a banger.
library somewhere.
Yeah.
But like I mean like the diversity of it. Like if I just put my entire library on shuffle,
Do you have like downloaded songs?
not anymore.
Is that what you mean?
No.
Okay.
No, I mean just like in my Apple Music library, like songs I've saved to it.
Yeah.
Like if you just put the entire library on shuffle, the jumps you would get
Oh yeah.
would be crazy.
For sure.
I would love to find like my old MP3 player and just see what songs I had.
My little green iPod Nano.
I had an MP. It was a knockoff. Like
Mine was
MP3 had a
wild.
green dial, and I thought I was the coolest kid because I had the Raw theme song on it. The Whoa, never give it up.
Never. Yeah, I didn't
I
know that
just
stuff.
wanna be
I do
wanna
like
be
wrestling
the-
music, but I didn't listen to any of that. Mine would jump
he
from.
used to say the F word, sorry. And so
Oh.
I used to think I was really cool in high school,
That's
saying
awesome.
the F word in the chorus to the Raw song. So
Yeah, that's good.
headphones in, playing basketball. The Raw theme song. Sorry.
Yeah, hey, if that's what got you going, you know.
Knuck If
I'm
You
not going
Buck,
to
Lips of
judge
an Angel,
anyone.
Raw theme song. You can tell how my MP3 player was. So
That's good.
back download the LimeWire days and
Yeah.
download it to MP3
I
player.
specifically remember like in like
We're
elementary
watching a
school
master at work.
riding to school on the bus. I had my little green iPod Nano and just every day listening to Stand Up by Ludacris. Every day.
Boom, boom,
It
boom.
was one of my favorite songs. I don't know why.
Boom, boom, boom.
Good music video. Great music video.
He has some great music videos.
His shoes were huge.
Everything was enlarging.
Yeah.
See,
Okay, cool.
I think we should wrap it up.
Yeah, wrap it up.
Save some topics for another Aaron episode.
Yeah.
What was your high? What was your low? And what was your buffalo of the day?
What the?
So your high is like, happy, great moment. Your low is like, probably didn't feel great. Don't want to do that again. And your buffalo is like, silly.
Be corny with it. My high was waking up. My low was driving to work. And my ha silly was this podcast.
Buffalo.
My buffalo.
Your buffalo.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It was one of those days. I didn't do anything. My high, I had a French fry po' boy from Bears today.
Oh, nice.
Anytime you get Bears, that's a high. I don't know what my low is. I don't really have a low. Today was a good day.
That's good.
You said your kids were crazy today.
My kids were insane. They were fighting, like legit fighting. Not really a low though, because it was kind of entertaining.
Yeah.
So
You get to be the referee for.
my
quite
son
a
made me
while now.
bleed. That was probably my low.
Oh, wow.
Punched me right in the lip.
Oh, trying to
Did it feel like you were in D-Day?
On that note, wrap it up, Patty. Send us home.
Well, thank you guys for joining us. We really appreciate it. My high today was waking up.
Yes, sir. Won't he do it?
Mm-hmm. My low, I messed up some brownies. My brownies they didn't come out right. It was like a, just a bad thing.
Was it the brownies or the brownies and cookie mix?
It was the brownies. It was a fudge brownie. We did a little thing with the fork and spoon.
You put it in there too long.
It was no. We didn't let it sit. So you ever cook brownies, right? You cook brownies,
Right.
and you take them out,
Right.
and they're supposed to rest.
Right. That's the important part. If they don't, they're not going to come out very good.
You got to let them rest. You got to let them rest.
You just got hungry, didn't you? You just went in there and got a fork and started to eat.
Well, you see, what happened, I've got a child who wants her brownies. Right. She said, I need my brownies now.
Even when you said it's hot.
And I said, now, darling, it's hot.
Very hot.
You need to give it a minute. And she said, I hate you. She didn't say she hated me. She actually said, I want them. And it felt like she hated me. And I just,
That's too damn bad.
So I cut them. I cut some.
As a good father.
And they were burnt.
Ooh.
And she hated me because I burnt them. And that was my low.
She will never trust you with brownies again.
She won't. You can look at her on stove. You can look at them on the leaf. They still got a lot left. We had to eat them with a fork.
Throw some ice cream on them. They'd be all right.
Yeah, they were too gooey. They're gooey. All right, darling.
It just came out of the oven, baby. What you expect?
It's
you gotta
a
let them
brownie.
rest. You gotta let them rest.
Got to. So, and my buffalo was probably just this whole conversation. So, there it is. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for joining us. We'll see you next week. Thank you, Pulley.
Maybe if we don't
Deuces,
get canceled because of Aaron.
I didn't
It's
say
right.
anything.
This is it's
Wasn't
an
me.
hour and 17-minute
We really
podcast.
wanted
So when
to-
this comes out, if it's 45 minutes, you know what happened.
We really want to have you on more, but now I don't know if we'll be able to.
I won't be as controversial, I promise.
Appreciate
It's
y'all.
okay. Thanks.
Thank you.
Later.
Deuce.
That's right.
Oosie.
Always love.
Be oosie.
I'm going to need you to end it.
Binky.
Yeet.